FinTech is having a tremendous impact on the retail banking industry. And I think this impact that FinTech is having on the industry, it will be generally positive. I often start my speeches by asking the audience who in the room enjoys their banking experience. And I don't simply get a silence, I actually get people laughing. And I think this is a great opportunity, not only for the FinTech industry, but for retail banks who are able to complete this digital journey and actually recapture this segment of the population that is currently very unhappy.
I'm known to say that I think FinTech will have two impacts on retail banking. It'll be gradual and then sudden. Now smaller companies have access to computing power analytics, enabling them to build technology, either as an enabler for the incumbents or potentially as a disintermediator.
FinTech will have an enormous impact on the retail banking industry. In particular, around the whole payments piece. So you look at Alibaba, Apple Pay, Samsung Pay. They haven't come in at just looking at the payments piece, looking at the transaction piece. They've also created a level of understanding, a level of insight. So data and predictive analytics is going to drive taking that data around each purchase and actually extracting value of what that customer will buy next.
I would say that the answer to the question of whether retail banks are adapting well is absolutely positively no. And there are many reasons for that. And I wrote a book about this, and there are many regulatory reasons. Retail banks are not adapting well to the new reality because of at least three reasons. The first one is regulators are not in a very good mood right now to give a lot of leeway to the banks to adapt on the retail level. Number two, there's a fear of data theft, data compromise, which the banks are paranoid about, but which companies like Alibaba, Tencent, Amazon were born in that world of the social network. And so their capability of expanding from where they're at is much easier than banks trying an entirely new thing.
I think there's a few examples of some banks that have really opened up their culture within their bank to connect with startups, and they're really embracing and understanding the models and the value that these startups can actually bring. BBVA, the largest Spanish bank, is one company that is actually winning in the space. Last year they had 870 ideas, business ideas for them to actually create with FinTech startups to grow their business.
I think in 10 years the retail banking industry will look quite different. Some of the well-known brands we know today will be doing very well, and some of the well-known brands today will have probably relinquished their customer relationship to become simple product providers to other financial services platforms.
FinTech is going to have probably the most profound effect FinTech is going to have is on the distribution of financial products. Because this is something which is very definitely going to morph away from the bank, away from any financial institution, away from financial advisors to the cell phone. So equity funds, fixed income funds, annuities, insurance products. I think in 3 years, it's all going to be sold over the phone. 5 years ago, it was 0. It's probably 18 to 20% now. It's going to be 80% in 5 years. So if you don't know how to sell your products through the social network, you're a goner. And the social network is all about getting the best possible deal. It's all about that sharing, right? The sharing economy, right?